Time to rise and shine, everyone. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Up With KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Jenny Power. We made it through Monday.
We made it. I call this Post Monday sometimes.
Yes.
You know, we made it through the hardest day for some.
It's true. Yeah. And what helps with that, Tim, is when we have some really pretty sunrises.
We're going to be spoiled.
Right? We are going to be spoiled here. Mother Nature doing us some favors through the rest of this week. Right now, this is a live look for you over Riverfront Park in downtown Spokane. Partly cloudy as we're waking up, but temperatures are a little bit warmer compared to this hour yesterday. 44 degrees is what we're waking up to in the Spokane area. Winds are relatively light. It's a dry start here across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Across the region, though, we are trending a little bit cooler for my friends in Moses Lake. 39 degrees currently, 52 in Wenatchee, 53 south to Walla Walla, with some mid-40s over toward Moscow and into Lewiston. But as we take a look at some advisories here, this is impacting the Camas Prairie area, the Clearwater Mountains, as well as Grangeville and Orofino, where we do have a frost advisory here in place until 8 a.m. for above 3,000 feet. So if you're watching from one of those areas this morning, it's something to note that it even spreads into parts of western Montana, so a little bit of a chillier start that direction. Scattered showers still lingering up towards Sandpoint, Idaho, and northeast Washington and the North Idaho Panhandle still have the slight chance of some isolated showers through this afternoon. But as we take a look at your day planner for Spokane, we're trending drier and warmer as we move forward. Now let's get a look at some current traffic conditions out on the roadways this morning. A live look for you at I-90 and Flora, where things are moving smoothly. At this hour, no major collisions to report. Road conditions are dry and traffic volumes are still relatively low here, so drive times are about average. We'll continue to monitor this, though, as we move forward. And if there are any major collisions, make sure you have the KREM 2 app for the latest updates. Tim?
All right, Jenny, in a matter of hours, the man who pleaded guilty to killing a 42-year-old man in the Garland district back in 2024 is scheduled to be sentenced today. 28-year-old Caleb Carter shot Joshua Payne following an incident that started in their vehicles. Carter entered a guilty plea last month, and his attorneys are asking for a sentence of about 28 years behind bars. His sentencing is set for 9 a.m. This morning, we now know when the trial for a Spokane woman accused of killing her ex-boyfriend in 2024 will happen. Cynthia Khalil was set to go on trial yesterday, but her attorneys did not appear in court. This case has assigned 2 public defenders. Court documents show one public defender has been on FMLA leave since April 29th. The second requested FMLA leave yesterday morning, leaving their client, Cynthia Khalil, in the courtroom without an attorney.
When we hear that a defense attorney can take off 3 days before trial with no explanation, no reason.
It's shocking. It's embarrassing to the legal community. It's unfortunate for Ms. Khalil, who is once again sitting here ready for trial.
Court documents show the trial date was already pushed back twice in the last month. Despite multiple setbacks, the judge says a trial date is now set for June 15th and decided the public defender that was in the courtroom yesterday will be filling in as counsel for the time being. So this all comes as there is an active lawsuit that claims Spokane County is failing to meet state standards for public defender caseloads, leaving attorneys overworked and clients without enough time for their defense. In court, the judge said outside issues within the public defender's office should not impact court proceedings. It is now just about 6:05, and this morning we are learning more about the deadly shooting on an Islamic center in San Diego that left 3 dead. The center also houses a mosque and school. Both had to be evacuated. Police found the 2 suspects near the scene, a 17 and 18-year-old. The 2 men were found dead in a vehicle from what authorities believe were self-inflicted gunshot wounds. 2 hours before the shooting, the mother of one of the suspects reported him missing, fearing he was suicidal.
Several of her weapons were missing. Her vehicle was missing. Her son was with a companion. They were dressed in camo.
A motive has not been released by police, but police say during their investigation they found a connection between one of the suspected shooters and hate-related rhetoric. The man accused of killing University of Washington student Juniper Blessing inside an off-campus apartment complex is now formally charged. 31-year-old Christopher Leahy is charged with first-degree murder. Investigators say that Blessing was found stabbed to death inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments a little more than a week ago. Court documents show the victim had more than 40 stab wounds. Leahy is expected to appear in court on Thursday. New information on the pilots who crashed in the Idaho Air Show. We now know one is hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries and 3 others are expected to be okay. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, but military officials say they are working to recover the crashed jets. Today is primary election day in Idaho. Polls open in just a couple of hours here at 8 a.m. and will close at 8 p.m. If you are not already registered to vote, you can do so at the polls. You just need to bring a valid photo ID and proof of residence. Keep in mind, absentee ballots must be received by election officials by the time polls close to be counted. Some things you can expect on your ballot: the gubernatorial race and 2 U.S. House seats and 1 U.S. Senate seat. Because this election is a primary election, that means the candidates in each party who receive the most votes will go on in the general election. For more information on the Idaho primary, you can visit our website, KREM.com. Some exciting upgrades are soon coming to a few community gardens in west central Spokane. That's where KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning. So Brandon, what should we know about this? Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Well, this garden right here is run by River City Youth, and you can find lots of things. It's early in the gardening season, but you've got lettuce, tomatoes, I've seen radishes, onions, a lot of different starters as well. And coming up today, there's going to be a new addition, a new project that RCY is working on that is going to ultimately bring some new life here to west central Spokane. The project is called the Monarch Pathway Project. It's a youth-led environmental initiative focused on restoring pollinator habitats throughout Spokane's west central neighborhood. A key word from that statement is monarch. They'll be creating an environment that draws in butterflies, aka a butterfly garden. Today, if you're in the area or interested, River City Youth is inviting the community to the first of its 2 community planting days.
Here. The work that youth do in our garden and around the neighborhood, growing things, giving food out to people, it nourishes plants, it nourishes the environment, but it also plants a seed in them for ambitions that can go beyond that engagement.
So organizers and interns will be planting milkweed today. That's the plant that's going to be drawing in these butterflies. Again, if you're interested in volunteering, they'll be here at 3:30 until 5:30 p.m. today. You can find more details or contribute at www.rcyyouth.org. And then after today, another community planting day will be scheduled for May 26th. So again, lots of beautiful things happening here in west central Spokane. And it makes a big deal knowing where some of the food you grow is coming from. For now though, reporting live in west central, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All right, time for your wake-up call. And speaking of all the garden talk, we want to invite you in to join the conversation. We want to know, what are you planting in your gardens or your flower pots this year? You can send us a picture or a message and let us know. Someone said they are showing us their house plants, others growing chives and garlic as well. They planted a tree in their backyard. Awesome. So we would love to see these. You can text it in to us at 509-448-2000 and maybe give some inspiration to your fellow Up With KREM viewers as folks get their gardens going.
And definitely the plants are going to like a little bit more sunshine here in the forecast. That's what we're set to see in Spokane, with temperatures reaching 68 degrees this afternoon. As we take a look through the North Idaho Panhandle, we're at 66 for Coeur d'Alene and slightly cooler for Bonners Ferry at 63 degrees, mid 70s for Moses Lake, however, and even looking at some low 80s south to the Tri-Cities. These temperatures are right on par with our average for this time of year. So we went from a little bit below it to just now meeting our averages. As we move forward, the area is shaded in and green here do have the slight chance still of some isolated showers to pop up, thunderstorms possible this afternoon. We'll get into the timing of that in just a moment, but in general, we start to trend warmer and drier really tomorrow through this upcoming Memorial Day weekend.
Tonight is going to be a great night to be at the Spokane Indians game because they're back home. They will be taking off the Vancouver Canadians, and the weather is going to be great. Not only is it Bark in the Park night, but it's also KREM 2 night. And then if you bring your dog to tonight, you can actually be a part of the Parade of Paws happening after the game. Sports reporters Caitlin Galloway and Mike Boyle will also be live from Avista Stadium in our evening newscast. They will have interviews with players and the front office. First pitch, by the way, happening at 6:35 p.m.